Hello and welcome back to Creative Connor. Today's video, I will be making a card similar to this, but the main thing is this ice cream. And this ice cream came from a stamp set that I purchased from Temu. This is a nice stamp set, and the ice cream is the same size as my hand. This is not a small ice cream. So I will have that Temu haul linked in the iCards above on the right hand side. That is my first craft haul that I purchased from Temu. So go check that out if you're interested. But this card is so cute. This is a slimline card. And I used that ice cream cone, and all I did was stamp it in brown ink. I fussy cut, and I also just did a little shattering and etching with a white gel pen, and just added some gems. But the main thing is, look at that that little sentiment or little greeting. It says "You deserve it." And on the inside, it reads, "Adulting happen, ice cream helps." So this is like a card for someone who may be having a rough week or a rough day, what have you, and you want to just uplift them. And say you give them this card and you have a gift card from Baskin Robbins or Marble Slab. And I think that will really lift their spirits, put a smile on their face, because you know everybody have a rough day or a rough week when things don't go, you know, as planned, or you know, you have bumps in the road. So I think this is a nice card to give someone. You know, it's different from your birthday card. So we can just have ice cream anytime. It's not just for birthdays. So I thought this would be a nice card to make, and I just love the sentiments that came in this card. For one, it said, "Treat yourself, you deserve it, adulting happens, ice cream helps." And for the card that I will be making in this particular video, I will be using "Hang in There" and "Treat yourself." So this will be a little different from this one. I won't be making this one in particular, the "You deserve it." So let's put this to the side, and I already have everything already prepared for me. Once again, this is a slimline card, and if you need the measurements, they will be on the screen as well as in a description box. And I'm using the yellow glittery paper. The paper I'm using came from DCWV. This was a paper pack from years ago that I purchased, and this is the glitter paper, and it's pretty thick. So I already have that, and on the inside I have my greeting. It says "Hang in There," so that's the one I'm using for this card. And the sentiment for this one will be "Treat yourself." So I have that one. I have it as a banner. And here's the ice cream. So like I said before, look, it's the size of my hand. Look at that. It's a pretty nice size ice cream cone. And I just stamped that in brown, fussy cut it out. And I will show you that part when I get to it with the white pencil, chalk pencil. And I have my little cherry sticker. I'm gonna put that on top. I have my background piece, my background layer. This is has a little glittery etching on it in this light blue pretty color. I just thought that'll look real cute on that yellow cardstock. And this is another little piece I would put around the background layer. And that's it. And I have my gems. These gems came from Diamond Press. So I have that, and that's all you need to make this card. And maybe you need your adhesive, and I have some 3-dimensional squares I will be using as well. But other than that, that's all we need to make this card. So first things first, what I want to do is wrap this piece, this like a little brown piece around my background layer, and I'm just going to do that. And I'm just going to glue that kind of like in the middle. So let me get my glue. As I say, quick, simple card to make using that Temu stamp. So I'm just going to glue that on in the middle, make sure it's kind of even. And I'm just going to wrap the edges around. And do the same to the other side. Okay, and that's it. Okay, now I am ready to work on my ice cream cone. So I'm going to put this to the side and let this dry. Okay, so for the ice cream cone, what I did was I took my white chalk pencil, and this chalk pencil is from General. It's a General's pastel chalk. The number is 4414 white, just in case you're interested. So what I did was I used that just to add a little shadowing to make it pop, like I did my sample here. So I started it. So let me finish up, put some finishing touches on it, and I will be done with this. So if you want to watch me do that for a few minutes, I'm almost done. If you're interested in purchasing these cards, be sure to check out my Etsy shop, link in the description. So all I did was took my chalk pencil and just, added some little shattering to it to make it pop a little bit, just something different. And I thought it really brought it out when I did that. Just to add a little something. And I did sponge the edges and sponge on the inside to add color to it for the cone. It's always good to have white chalk pencil or a white gel pen. I need to get me another gel pen. My other one, I think it dried up because I don't use it that often. I think that's why I like the pencil instead. Okay, so a few more and I will be done. Okay, and that's it. I won't do too much, so that's how it's looking. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that little tip off, because since I have my little cherry sticker, I don't want that poking out. So just like for my sample, you see I cut that and I just put the cherry, so I don't need that, poking up out the top. So let me go ahead and get my scissors and cut that off. Just going to clip it right there. And I did that. Okay, so once I do that, what I'm going to do is add some 3D squares on the back before I place it on my card. So I'm just cutting some off. And I cut these in half since they are shaped in like a rectangle or a square. So I do cut them in half, and that helps me make them last longer, because it comes in a big size roll, but I stretch these out because I really like these. I know in my past videos I mentioned that I purchased this from Dollar Tree, and every time I go back I don't see them. So if you see these in Dollar Tree, be sure to pick up quite a few of them. Okay, I have my 3D squares on there, but before I put my ice cream on, I want to go ahead and place my background layer on the base. So it should be finished drying, and I want to add 2 more squares on the back. And I just want to pop that up and put that on my base. I love this stamp set. That's why I say Temu has good quality. You know, even though the items are real cheap, we want to, you know, make sure it is good quality for the price, and it is. I really like the products, and I will be doing more videos with the items that I purchased from them. Okay, so now that I have my 3D squares on, I'm getting ready to put this on the base card. Okay, I have that on. That's how it's looking. Okay, so now I am ready. I am ready to add my ice cream, and I'm going to place that in the center. Make sure I have enough room for my sentiment as well as my cherry on top, because you got to have the cherry on top, right? Okay, so I have that on. Okay, so now I think I want to put my sentiment, which is treat yourself. And I have that on 3D squares as well. And I'm going to place that right in the center. Make sure you get a nice view. Nice, loving it so far. Okay, so now here's my cherry. I'm getting ready to place that on. But let me add some glue to make sure that stays on there. Okay, just press that down. Okay, there it goes. Looking good so far. That ice cream looks so delicious. Okay, so the next step will be adding my gems. So here I have gems, and I'm using those as sprinkles, of course, but they gem sprinkles. And I have some medium-sized one in the background, so. And I also have some on the inside just to add a little something. I added the small ones on the inside that coordinate with the colors on the front. So I did that with as the bottom as well. Added some to the bottom. And I'm going to do that now because that is going to take a little time to add these gems, so I'm not going to let you watch me do that. So let me add the gems, and I will be right back and show you the finished product. Okay, I am back. I have finished adding my gems. I added the little gem sprinkles, and I added the gems just randomly around the card as well on the inside. of the greeting, as you can see, top and bottom. Just add a little something to the inside. So it says, treat yourself, hang in there. So yeah, that completes the card. Here's the sample. And this one says, you deserve it. Adulting happens. Adulting happens. Ice cream helps. So I just thought this was a cute card to make using that Temu stamp that I purchased for my first craft haul from Temu. So this is a nice stamp set. My review on a scale of 1 to 10, I will give it a 9.5 because I love it. It stamps well, as you can see. It stamped that you deserve it. It stamped the ice cream well, and I just, you know, it did what it had to do. I love this Temu stamp. I'm loving Temu. I'm loving their products. But yeah, so say if you do purchase this, you can make this card. But as always, if you don't have this stamp set, you can use whatever you have in your stash to make this card. But thank you so much for joining me today. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, bye.